I'm like, oh boy.
Looks like we have the card draw here.
Oh boy, we get to see one of the best
Stay
charts in
gold.
this game,
Let's
Stay
go.
Gold. This is interesting. So, Fredo is functionally an A20 plus main. His main arcade is Daly City. He has been coming out to San Jose and also Hayward and Concord to play A3 and up. But the majority of his playing has been ITG and A20 plus. And Stay Gold is an A3 song. Not just an A3 song, it's like the monkey business of A3 in so many ways. So we're going to see how much of a knowledge check this is going to be for him.
Fredo has also been playing Pump. Whenever I see him in Hayward, he been just playing just Pump. So yeah, he has had that experience.
He's actually a Pump main. He's in the Pump tournament. He entered the Pump tournament.
Oh, okay.
And he came over from Pump to play DDR. So, like, this is his secondary game. It doesn't look like his card has a score. He did have a burner, which was Fredo, D-O-U-G-H. So we don't know. Maybe he has a score on it. Maybe he's seen it. Or maybe, did Hitswi protect this one? If
Yes.
Hitswi protected this one,
yeah, this was
we'll see what
her pick.
happens. Constant will help a little bit. Now this is like the Rockets. And the green notes. This song is a banger. This is one of my favorite songs from E3.
Same. Once you know the gimmicks, it's so fun.
Yeah, musically and also because I'm a monkey business enjoyer. I've been converted to that. So this is basically, the DSP is basically, there's the Rockets.
Ooh.
Looks like Fredo missed it. And so he's just like,
She just locked
in the corner, locked in. She knows where all of these gimmicks are.
Yep.
There's still more coming up if you're unfamiliar with this chart.
Here comes the Jack Stutters.
There's the Jack Stutters, and Fredo, I think, is starting to realize what he has walked into.
All things considered, he's doing really well.
He's doing pretty
for
well.
A sight
If
read.
he's sight reading this,
Yeah.
he's doing pretty dang well. There we go. There's the slow part.
These are just locked in.
Look at Fredo doing all the
crossover.
turns.
They both were.
They both are doing all the turns. That's the pump coming out of him. The pump player mentality. Fredo having some pretty nice MA on these straightforward parts. But Hitswi's lead is gigantic. Here's the other. This should be the last slow section in the song.
Yes.
And let's give some props to Fredo. Pretty sure that was a sight read, and it was a brutal one.
Very brutal.
And he did pretty well for probably never seeing that chart before.
Yeah.
Very brutal.
It's a very tricky song if you do not know the gimmicks.
And Hitswi with the grateful combo on very violent. He's in disbelief that I know Fredo well enough to know he's not afraid of a 16, but I'm pretty sure he's now afraid of this 16.
It's like if you're playing Anti-Anthem for the first time.
Correct. That is the same level of violence in that. It looks like he has covered Run the Show ESP 15. Was that a BPL song?
I think it's just a 820 or A20 or
A3.
yeah.
One of the two. I might just be confused.
I'm actually not too familiar with this 15.
I didn't. Yeah. Now that we're two versions up from
Goalie.
A20 plus, we do see a lot more of these surprise Pikachu moments. We saw a couple of them yesterday in pools, where people whose strength is an A20, whether or not they're A20 main or whether or not they kind of like diverged into ITG after A20, are getting very much surprise Pikachu by a lot of these newer charts.
There's been a lot of new content
There's
too.
a lot of new content. It seems as though A3 and World has doubled the amount of content, and you start to see like this barrier, much more of a barrier. This looks a lot
closer.
more close than Stay Gold ESP.
Yep.
I'm just going to put that right out there.
Be an MA battle for sure.
Both of these players handling those back throws and triples marvelously. Hitswi coming up with the early lead, but again, lots of song left to play. I think Fredo's only gotten one grade so far.
Yes. Got a second grade for
Hitswi brings her PFC. Still just MAing like a champ though.
Both have solid MA for sure.
I just love all of these newer songs. They're great. And like, I'm a boomer, and a lot of boomers like, in my day, our songs were a minute 30 long and awesome. No. I implore all the boomers to give these new charts a chance.
Those crossovers.
They're
clean.
Rhythmically wonderful. Hitswi takes it. Fredo saying he's not a sight reader. So please, give it up for Fredo.
Amazing.
In a match, he was like again, 820 plus main. Those that 992 sight read, incredibly respectable.
Just unfortunate
that just shows that the raw skill that he has, the pump skill that he was born with and brought to this game.
It's just unfortunate Daly City just doesn't have World. So there's just so much songs that maybe he's just not too familiar with. But now that Stonestown is open, maybe he'll start to play it more often.
We're going to see a big Fredo buff because Stonestown round 1
for all the Daly City players.
San Francisco opened yesterday at 10 a.m. And they have a shout-outs to all of the round 1 employees over there. They've been really communicative. Apparently DDR is in great shape already. They have a white cab and a gold cab.
That's exciting.
So people have already reported it's a great place to play. And so I think, honestly, my sneaky suspicion is that next tournament Fredo is going to have leveled up, and so will a lot of the Daly City. Shout-outs DC Dave and Busters. They have an amazing community of DDR players there, even though they've been stuck on 820 plus. And they've done a lot to get out into the other areas, like Sacrifice. I actually showed up at Concord Dave and Busters a couple of months ago after Guild House, and there were like 6 or 7 Daly City mates there, splitting their time between Half Price Wednesdays and then going to Concord Round 1, which is 5 minutes away.
Yeah.
And they're a really awesome, very dedicated crew. They send amazing representation in these tournaments. There's a couple more players in other divisions that go to that arcade, and I'm sure we'll see a lot more in the future now that San Francisco has access to DDR World.
Yep.
So
it's super exciting. That just makes competition next time scarier, but in a good way.